Alright guys, what's going on? Hope you guys are doing well, and it's that time of the year where the fishing's not the greatest, but what I've done in the last couple of months is actually done some upgrades to the Canoe. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Look back at my previous stuff, because I obviously use the Canoe a fair bit, and it's a really awesome fishing vessel, really good. However, I wasn't 100% happy with how the things were going and how the way it was set up, and I knew that I had so much more potential to make it an awesome fishing vessel, and I think I really have right now. So we're going to run through those little customizations, really cheap, didn't really cost too much at all, and very easy. I'm no tradesman or anything like that, and anyone can make it. If you haven't seen that first customizations video, I'll leave a link up here somewhere, and you go watch that if you'd like. Really awesome little setup, but I did change a few things out. So we've got the Old Town Saranac 146. I've had this for almost 9-10 years now, and really awesome little vessel. I think it's about 4 meters long, and the widest part's about 90 centimeters. So we'll start at the front, and we've got a tow point, nothing fancy here, just obviously a point to tie the trailer to, and also put an anchor. But the main thing from the old setup is that I've removed the front and middle seat, and this is actually where I'm standing now as opposed to being on the rear of the Canoe. And what I've done is I've put a motor mount bracket at the front, and what that allowed me to do is able to control the motor from the front. So we've just got a water snake here, 64 pound, really awesome little motor, very quiet, and it's got a couple of back speeds and 5 forward speeds. Really quick on its turn, so it almost turns on the spot, as you can see in this video here. You can see with the bracket here, what I've done is it's a couple of pieces of ply, and it's wedged in between the lip of the Canoe, and it's just bolted down, and that's what keeps it nice and secure. I haven't had any issues with that design in the past. Now, the main thing that I'm most excited about with this Canoe is the electronics on the front, in particular the Garmin that I've got. So I've got a Garmin Striker 7SV, really cool little fish finder, and only cost me about 500 bucks. And it's got the side scan as well, and I've just taken it out for a couple of runs and actually starting to get the hang of using it, which is cool. That's connected to a little battery that I hide up the front. I'll probably be getting a new battery, but at the moment this is working pretty well. So to make things a little bit neater, what I've done is I've actually hidden the cords of the electric motor and the sounder and put them in poly tubing. And the idea is I'm going to hook them to the sides eventually, just to keep it a little bit neater, so I'm not standing on cords or anything like that. Alright, we're getting to the business end, so we're getting to the middle as well. And what I've done here is, you can see there's no seat anymore, and it's just a piece of ply that goes all the way along. And I've still got that design of the bolts coming through from underneath, so if you haven't seen that last video, I go into detail about that. But basically the bolts are coming up and through underneath, so through the ply, through the Canoe and up, and then they're nylock nutted down, and that gives me a tow point to put my stabilizers on. And as you can see here, the stabilizers are really easy. I had a board for the last Canoe design. This time it's not. That way I can actually put a seat there. I can stand over, so I can go from the back to the front. I really didn't use that seat too much. It was good for putting the camera and stuff up on, but other than that, nothing really fancy about it. As you can see here with the outriggers, it's basically two pieces of PVC that go across, a couple of T-pieces, 45-degree angle, and then they end up going to some fenders that are bolted in, and that works really well. Haven't had any issues with the PVC breaking up or cracking or anything like that in the sun, and I've used it for a fair few years and haven't had any issues anything. So behind that little spot there where I can put a seat or just the middle part, I'm starting to put the battery, and that's just a 100 amp hour AGM battery deep cycle in one of these boxes. I used the box in the last video, and really good to check your voltage and stuff, and just to make sure everything's hunky-dory. And that's just an Anderson plug that's attached to the motor. Just behind that I've got another little box, and that's just a storage box, so where I can put my camera gear, my fishing gear, all that sort of stuff as well. But I might be changing this up depending, but I'm pretty happy with how it's set up at the moment. And then finally, we've obviously got the seat there. I'm just going to keep that there so that allows the Canoe to keep its shape in the back. And also, if I have a secondary person on the Canoe, they can sit there and utilize that space. And as you can see, I've actually left the bracket for behind, which I had in the previous setup with the Canoe. You know, I probably could have taken that off and put it towards the front and then use that and save a little bit of money. But yeah, I'm gonna keep that there for future projects. You can kind of get an idea of what I'm gonna put there, but if money persists and time prevails and everything works out well and I can get the weighting right, it might work out really, really cool.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a game changer. Absolute game changer. Stability test, guys, so you can see how far back I am. I'm leaning to one side here. And the stabilizers work super well. I really wish I had my bigger camera because then I could show you the stability of it, but yeah, she purrs quite nicely. You can see here, and it's all just a little turn of the handle. Works really, really well. I don't know what speed I'd get up to, but it'd be pretty good. Pretty decent.
So guys, I hope you really enjoyed that one. It's not the greatest fishing at the moment, so thought I'd take this opportunity and run through all those little customizations and do a little bit of work on the Canoe. I've got a few other little customization DIY videos coming up as well, and I'm really, really excited to show you guys and can't wait till it gets a bit warmer and when the fishing gets a little bit better. So anyway guys, I hope you appreciate it, and subscribe if you're new, and if you like this stuff, give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next one. See ya.